Hey, back people. I'm going to flip around. Cheryl Sleboda is giving a fabulous little talk, walkabout of her cosplay exhibit. So I think you would love to hear it.
To go along with her true love, which is the Joker. And so lots of young ladies love to dress up as Harley Quinn. And so this is my interpretation of Harley Quinn with like a nice underbust corset, and of course that neck collar, which I think is really cool. Now, all of these costumes, they don't look like they fit me, but they are pinned in such a way to look like so that they fit the mannequin, but they are all actually made to fit me because I am the cosplayer that wears them. So they have all been like sort of pinned up in the back so that they fit these mannequins nicely, but cosplay is meant to be worn and cosplay is meant to be enjoyed. And for me, it's sort of like a freeing experience where you're able to just go and, you know, be somebody else for an afternoon. When somebody asks to take your picture in the cosplay, that's sort of how you know you've done a good job. And when people say, oh my gosh, Harley Quinn, can I take your picture? That's how you know you've made a really good costume. So some of them are just reimaginings of what the character could be like if they were in a different time period, or they're comic book versions, or from a television show, or even a movie. There's any different ways you can be the next character that you want to be. And then of course paired with the comic book backgrounds, you got sort of that comic book panel look, right? And so when Jack Kirby created this style of background filler in the 1960s, he was just trying to fill up space on a comic book page. He was just putting those little dots, they were just the tip of his pen or the tip of his brush, and filled in little circles. And I have taken them and turned them into the focus of the actual quilt pieces themselves. So, did you guys have any questions? Yes, yeah.
Did you use special in there to keep it so?
In the collar.
Batting, yeah, like the batting.
So in the collar is a product called superstructure foam.
Yeah.
So it's a soft foam that has a fusible on one side.
Yeah.
It's a product that's made by So Much Cosplay, which is the sponsor of the exhibit. And they, that product has that soft, like almost like a sponge inside of it. And so that sponge allows you to have like a crushable, you can like bend in it over and over.
Even for them.
In the corset, there is a product that is called a stitch and shape, which is like a strong interfacing.
Oh, okay.
So it's
too, I was looking at this
yeah, and that interfacing again has a fusible on it, but it has almost more structure than this. So this is very rigid, and this is very soft.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. But superstructure foam allows the collars to stand up like that, and also on the Dr. Strange collar on the other side, that's what's in that collar. So for a cosplayer who's going to a Comic-Con and perhaps they're traveling, they need to be able to pack it into a suitcase, but then have it come out and still be, you know, totally wearable and things like that. So
and it's lightweight, so it's not like a lot of weight on your shoulders
right.
or your body.
Yeah,
which is really
because
nice.
you're wearing it all day.
Exactly.
You don't want to wear all these big heavy things and then be tired and sweaty at the end of the day. So the whole line has been designed around wearability, washability, things like that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be able to wash it,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, so all the cosplay was created by me, interpreted by me, so I really am super thrilled to be here and to have my own exhibit with the costumes and the quilts together. If you see the glitter and the glitter product here, that's the same glitter that's on the Wonder Woman costume on the other side. You can use it in your quilts. So it's called Power Shine Glitter, and Power Shine Foil makes the two pieces in this piece, which is called Crackle 5. So I know when you think, I want to be an artist, and artists work in series. And this is my series. This is what I've decided is going to be my series. And so I started with Crackle 1 and entered that into the dinner at 8 artists. And then once it came back to me and it was part of my home collection, I started to add Crackle 2, Crackle 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, you know, they're very different. They have different feelings. They kind of, you know, there's much more energy and power in one versus sort of the soft, sort of celestial feelings of the others. And that's very true of how Jack Kirby wrote and drew. He had a very like cosmic, you know, style. Characters like Doctor Strange were often working in other dimensions or outer space, and so that really lends the idea that you know, these bubbles could be in space, they could be, you know, pretty much anything. But this simple circle sort of transformed into various shapes. So
Did you use a lot of different sizes too?
yes, so the digital cutting comes in really handy when you need bubbles of various sizes. And they all have fusible on the back and were fused on and then stitched down around so that they stayed down. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun to make. It's been my yeah, we've had a good time. When they came to me and said, we would love your costumes. Well, yes. What I would really like to make next, I think, is
So I hope you guys could hear some of what she was saying. It was pretty fun to hear her inspirations and the way she constructs things, because these are great. I myself have a love of costuming. I would wear a cape all the time if I could, right? Wouldn't we all? Because capes are cool.
Who's your favorite baby?
Look at the back.
oh gosh, that's really hard. Yeah, it's like asking to pick my favorite child. Probably the Wonder Woman is the newest, and it's sort of like, you know, it was very technically challenging. So I think probably the Wonder Woman was the
No, we gotta
hardest
see.
and most technically challenging
She's
one to
got
make.
an adorable little
Because
wonder baby.
the flat piece of foam
love it.
has to turn into this three-dimensional piece. And we do that with fabric, you know, when we turn it into garments, but it's sort of different because it was like, it's a little more rigid than that. And so, yeah, it has to hold its shape. And so the, almost like the thermoplastic nature of that foam, you know, helped me, but it was also, I got to use paint and a heat gun to make the Wonder Woman, because it looks like leather, but it's actually,
I guess.
I'm intrigued on painting it.
yeah.
I like want to try that now.
Yeah, yeah. So it was really sort of a lot of fun to make the, you know, the whole gold portions. Or finding the right gold paint was hard.
All right, very
You
cool.
know,
Maybe we'll talk to Cheryl when she's
yeah,
done.
it's been a lot of fun.
See you guys again in a little bit.
Yo, no, please.